Factorio Space Age Deathworld Marathon Episode 48. We are looking at Mindtech and the various weird experiments we were kicking around last time, which we don't really need anymore. Oh wait, there were guns in there. Oh wait, we're not going to get the bullets back anyway. Those are in the hub now, never mind. We spent quite a while recently, most of last episode, kind of in editor mode, kicking around this thing, which is now ready to go, where go means come into the real world, not actually go anywhere, because, yeah, we're going to have to get this thing enough fuel, we're going to have to get it enough bullets, we're going to actually have to get this thing built, because there's a lot of parts going into it, and I don't think they're all even on Fulgora at the moment, but we have been... Yeah, we've got a variety of stuff here. This is not enough belt, oh well. We have been grabbing a bunch of rocks and just putting them in storage. What are you doing this for? Don't be doing anything. Yeah, so we can immediately kick them back out into the fuel for the next plan. We've got some yellow ammo here, which is also going to be super helpful, but I think we are going to be short of foundation and also things like cobalt core, currently over in Aquilo, waiting to get the fusion power. Actually, let's just leave you here for a bit, because there are several deliveries that we would like to be fully stocked by the time you get back to Fulgora. Wasn't Aquilo also a little bit low on really good prod mods? Yeah, we've got some barrels of stuff. We've got, yeah, most of these we've dropped on Fulgora already and going to send them back up. And then we've got, yeah, the other platform we were bringing over from Novus. Actually, that's probably enough. We can probably let that go. We also need to go back to Vulcanus to get the green underground's a little bit of a problem. Never mind. Aquilo is generally pretty well. Yeah, we reprod modded this thing again, and so now we have a ton of fusion fuel. That's real nice. And these are the prod mods that we looted from the other science builds that we can put back, even though we don't really need it because we are totally fine. And yeah, Aquilo launching stuff, which is good. What are we actually waiting for with this? We're waiting for lithium, basic lithium plate, and we are just making basic lithium plate at some rate with some productivity, and lithium plate is made from basic holmium, of which we have some but a constant request, so it's probably fine. I'm talking myself into let's just make this guy faster. We're just going to have, you know, slightly less productivity bonus, but we've also got a bunch of productivity bonus, and also this stuff is cheap and we can just have a ton of fusion fuel. Yeah, probably about the point where we want to start your timer again, because you're getting some of these and it's probably fine. Okay, human, I also wanted to just sit around Novus with nothing else going on for reasons. Yeah, Vulcanus is not doing a whole lot at the moment, but is, you know, processing a bit of stuff, mostly pretty fine. Gleba is just glebing pretty nicely, making the LDS. Yeah, we've emptied out this LDS stash pretty well. These boxes all used to be random garbage LDS storage. We're now turning that into yellow science on Novus. We are not turning it into yellow science on Novus. Are these all disabled by controller behavior? Disabled by controller behavior, disabled by controller behavior. The labs are not asking for yellow science, so I think that means we find something that does yellow science, like this guy, or maybe what else takes just... Is there a... Maybe laser damage is the one that is in this category. Then I was looking for something that was, oh, this is actually pretty good as well. Yellow military, maybe some other planet. Yeah, let's arrange things like this, and these are all, yeah, those are about the right size. And this one is, that's why it didn't look like we were progressing. We just casually kicked our way into 350k science techs. Yeah, because we are sawtoothing a bit when we get deliveries of yeah, we're waiting for deliveries of sciences that come from off-planet, but the reason we're sawtoothing is because we'll go up to 11k, because that's the lab build we've got now. We've got a bunch of legendary beacons with the legendary speed mods in the middle, which is super nice, and we don't have the science to sustain it, and we are not going to work on that right now. We are going to work on getting this ship up and operational. Cobalt Core, we did continue the... yeah, so it's on the schedule now. It's getting this stuff happening. We're going to try and intercept it when it gets to... I think we actually want to bring it directly back to Fulgora, rather than... yeah. Passenger present, waiting for rockets to arrive. We can probably do this, and we're going to stay on waiting for rockets to arrive, and we're going to get a couple more of these, and that's all what we wanted. Yeah, mine tech, we want to start with, yeah, we are just going to commence with the blasting. There are a couple of other things that we could be working on, like starting to build the bio chambers for the Gleben upgrade, but I would rather be working on making mine tech, you know, win the game and maybe get some Prometheum science. And I don't remember how much of this platform we didn't need, but with all of those storage those storage facilities built, we have enough space to have blasted the other ones. That's fine. And then reasons why we wanted Human in orbit. You're gonna want to drop everything that's vaguely useful, and also get rid of all your schedules and be doing nothing. And I'm gonna feel bad about blasting these tanks, but I think we go for it. I think we're going to get rid of Human. We are also going to turn into the same kind of ship, but not yet. What we're going to use Human for is a kind of template for reasons. All of this should fit in the storage, right? Yeah, we're completely fine. This is just gonna smash in here. We are not requesting, we don't want any of those requests. We don't want the automatic requests. We just want to be able to have some reference for the thing that we are building and all of its ghosts, because the first step from, kind of the second step, the first step was blasting everything. I have another blueprint, which is, those asteroids are in the way. The same thing, but without most of the buildings and without most of the inserters and without most of the laser turrets, just so we can get this thing built. If we can mash some bullets into the guns, if we can mash some of those, basically all of these asteroids, if we can push them into the fuel cycles and the smelting to get more stuff out. Did all those? We're waiting for this one. Yeah, we want to, that's right, we also wanted to, you won't be able to go there and shouldn't anyway, and won't need either of those, but we'll need automatic requests. Cobalt Core, would you be so kind as to drop all of your foundation? We will want these as well. I think we also... I don't think you get to make this fuel anymore. I think we just run this down, because at the moment all of these chips we're not even using on this craft. We will be using these chips on a different craft. Yes, and we've got enough space. We've now got the foundation. I think we just have a little montage of launching stuff. Phase 2, if we're going to call it that, is, we want a way to get these bullets out. So we're going to grab ourselves one of the pretty good inserters that we've got sitting around here and give it a filter for the yellow bullets, and then figure out, it can go... This is kind of a placeholder belt for ejecting things from the silo, which is kind of exactly what we want it to do, but we want to figure out which of... It's one of these two belts. One of them goes into... The one that doesn't have the inserter here goes into the missiles, and then the one that has the splitter, so it's this inside one, goes towards the gun turrets. So, we've gone past it. If we get rid of this feed and put in I guess we're doing this with... yeah. But we can give the gun turrets a whole pile of bullets, which is going to be super cool. And then the other thing we're going to want to do is figure out how to get all these rocks onto two particular belts over here. And I think we're just going to remove these solar panels and deal with that. Deal with these solar panels later, deal with all of this stuff later, and go... we are going to want one that filters for ice cubes. That's Novice? It's Walls on Novice, we don't care about Walls on Novice. One that filters for the ice stuff, which is pretty important, and one that filters for... remind me which side... oh, we haven't set that up yet. That's the thing we wanted Human for. We wanted to be able to go into Human and go, like, remind me about the particular configuration of some of these inserters, because we would like them here so that they are grabbing resources we want from the belts that... well, why are we not? Oh, because we haven't got... that is a good reason. If we can get these gun turrets their bullets, and some of these inserters... yeah, line up like so, and then the railguns are elsewhere. And then also we... oh, there was a... does it go like this? I think it kicks further out to the side. This could give us a little problem later on, because there's a railgun here. I think this actually goes one further. Looks like it does. Railgun here, we can't do anything with that yet. Okay, so we've got bullets in our turrets, so we are in somewhat of a position to collect asteroids. Are we? No, because these are... yeah, we're gonna have to do this again. Reasons to consult Human for, like, how these inserters line up, so that on in Mindtech we can get them in the right place, so we could be processing asteroids if we met them, but also so that we can go back and... yeah, we haven't got the inserters in yet because they would be grabbing stuff and putting it all over the place, which would be inconvenient, so we would like to be able to Control V from Human the setup that has... yeah, the crushers, okay, we've got some of the explosives crushers as well, but if we could get... oh yeah, there's some inserters we're missing in here. Where did all of the... oh, because the ice is over here, isn't it? Yeah, we're just not defending in various places. That's fine. And then also to remember which order those inserters went at the top. And then this belt here is the ice. The ice crashes are here. Why don't we... I guess we just don't have that much ice here yet. It's fine. We can do something like this and something like this. And then additionally, this one here is the belt that wants us to have iron rocks and carbon rocks. And that's going to be... yeah, this one going underground here. So we're going to blast some of these pipes. We're going to have to do this all differently. Basically, all this has to go. All of this is a little temporary hack just to force the materials we kind of buffered into the machine. And yeah, now we're ready for this section. These two inserters are the wrong way around. We want to be putting the rocks coming out on the far side and then having them track back in into this crusher that will change between the iron and the carbon crushing for the fuel, which is all now set up except the water doesn't have water because we don't have ice cubes, because we need the green belt. So Cobalt, you were gonna go... one of your jobs was to go and get the green belt from Vulcanus. So I reckon you go and do that, and then... yeah, while we're multitasking with that, we try and make this smelting happen. The thing is, it's all several megawatt foundries that is I don't think we're going to be able to run off, you know, a couple of solar panels in particularly Fulgoran orbit. So I think the thing we want to do is actually work on, yeah, we've emptied out not all of the bullets. We're still working on feeding the bullets in, which is fine, but we don't need these rock sources anymore. In fact, we could just blast this whole section because we were about to put some of it back. Did that... Oh, that would have changed... Yeah, that changed all the gun turret prioritizations again, didn't it? Cool. We're gonna go and redo this. Yeah, that was the only way those guys were going to fit. If we could get this green belt and an inserter or two, then we should be able to get some fuel in here. We've got... we can actually still... Where did it go? It was the inside one, wasn't it? I think we blasted this again and just work on putting the yellow bullets. It's going to have to be a rare quality, isn't it? It's going to have to be... Oh, we can use one of these guys. Cobalt Core has arrived in Fulgora, and it has stuff we want. We do actually want the legendary prod mods for this ship as well, although I don't think we have... We still don't have probably the crushes that we need for this. Oh well, oh yeah, green belts was the thing that I was remembering that we definitely wanted. And I think that's all for the moment. Okay, we're in the situation of having enough fuel, having both of these fuel things running. The solar looks to be holding on okay, so I think we drop in the iron and smelting. That's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a lot of this, isn't it? It's going to be this whole section here. And then we also needed a legendary foundry because that was what we needed to keep up. But we also now need a whole pile of stack inserters and more bulk inserters that we don't necessarily have. Being able to kick those up would be nice. But the other thing that we were going to do is, oh yeah, the red ammo over here. So I am confident that if we had the inserters, we also need, yeah, there's a legendary foundry we need and a legendary beacon, but I think we just try and have this guy push forwards a little. Do you want to try and go to Gleba? Because then we should be able to collect some rocks, grab some rocks. Oh wait, Human, tell me about the inserters on the other side as well, because there's a pattern over here that we would really like to have here. So now we can be caching all of the asteroids. Oh, I know what's happened here. We also wanted to be able to yeet these off the side of the ship if we were not using them. And there's actually another interchange in here as well. That will grab some of the coal rocks and move them over to... Yeah, we are now collecting enough resources to be, I would say, online, kind of. We still don't have the rocket turrets or the railguns. We could build them, but we are going to be able to collect all of the resources now. Okay, and it's also occurred to me we're going to have other problems as well, because things like these belts here are supposed to stop if we have too many things on the belt, and we do not have the we don't have the combinators to check how many things are on the belt and add up the various kinds and stop these belts from flowing more things in. So I don't think this is going to back up because of the way we are balancing the lanes, but I think we also just need to go, back to Falgora, although we do have... We did not get the fusion fuel with us, hilarious. We still want to go back to Falgora. Okay, now we can go back to Falgora. A nice little flashback to the later phases of ship design. We've solved almost all problems now, and presumably we've already seen it work. I actually haven't seen it work yet, but I trust that future me will be able to solve all of the things we've got to do. And yeah, we've got some nice stuff already. We've got this kind of cute way that rare rocks are grabbed from the upgrade belt while the Prometheum belt is underground. We've got this kind of nice little interchange for here's a belt where missiles should arrive in theory, and we have an inserter grabbing them for the other rocket turrets, whereas there's also another splitter which handles the railgun and bullet speed, and all of this stuff goes underground and is kind of... I think these ones end up being Prometheum rock storage, and then some of these ones are ice storage, and we've got prioritization into fuel and foundry, ice and calcite. Came up with a nice upgrading plan that we liked. The things that we are still doing, and then if we get any... We don't really need the... I think down here there's a crusher that's going to attempt to do... this should be rare asteroid ice crushing. If we need the... if we need the rare asteroids for anything, we can grab those and send those back into the hub to drop onto Aquila for rare science. But other than that, I think this belt is the one that ends up over here, and we attempt to reprocess any of the ice out, which also needs to be at rare quality. That's kind of important. Those guys would not have worked. This is kind of the QA stuff we're doing right now. And then, grabbing the... These are all at quality, aren't they? Yes. Grabbing any of the rare rocks we want, sending them down there. Also figuring out places where we can put... I mean, maybe laser turrets here, but I think we just assume that biter eggs won't spoil. There's no way that goes bad. And then, continuing to make a mess. We're tidying things up. We've made a giant mess, and now we are also kind of tidying things up so we can make more mess. I guess we could have more of these guys over here as well, because we do need... I mean, I think the solar panels are probably going to be worth, because, like, over here, they're going to be, not doing anything, but when they're in Aquila, they're getting a bit of stuff. When we are doing the loop through Falgora, Gleba, coming down to Vulcanus to pick up the tungsten carbide parts we need for the quantum processors, the solar panels will be doing something helpful then. So we've got a couple of those, and also we need to figure out how to kickstart this guy. That's going to be fun as well. And then, other remaining things we needed to do were... Oh yeah, this inserter I liked a whole lot as well, and this is one of the interesting patterns that I'm leaning into now, that we've got foundries making copper for the red ammo, and then not actually enough copper coming out of one foundry to keep both these guys happy. So there's a recipe switching thing, but also it struck me that I can't easily check one tile to see whether or not half a lane of this is full, because these stack inserters are going to kick out multiple... They're going to kick out enough to fully fill a tile at once, because they will pick up... actually, we can see it here. Hand stack size 5 plus 11. That's 16 is a full half belt of stacked stuff. So what we're doing instead is we are reading several adjacent... Okay, we are reading several adjacent belt contents, and then we are checking in the combinator whether or not it's... I think this could be up to 96. So let's set this constant to 90. So if we have less than 90 copper, which sounds like a lot, but it is also these 3 tiles, that's how much that stacked belt is. And then this inserter I like quite a lot, because these two are putting it on the bottom. This inserter going sideways onto a belt in this direction will move things to the top. So we'll get this weird pattern where on the left we'll eventually get full belts, but also we will be moving things. In fact, maybe we should actually have these ones checked, and then not this one checked. Because I am wondering about how much space there will be here, and when this foundry changes, we need to be able to evacuate all the copper so that we can go back to making coils, because the railguns are pretty important as well. Yeah, oh well. So this belt here is where all the ice ends up. And yeah, kind of accidentally got this crusher in range of this beacon, which means it's getting all of the calcite done we need to, and this entire setup has ended up a whole lot simpler in a way that I like quite a lot, and it's just occurring to me that we can make it even simpler. Like here it was going to be calcite and ice on the same belt, send, you know, some of it to the foundries, send the rest of it over to the fuel. And I was previously splitting these off, and then it just occurred to me that I really don't need to. We can just have ice cubes and calcite on the same belt and not care, and we will have, you know, maybe 20 calcite in this section that we are not using because they're going to be stuck on this belt. 20 calcite, completely fine, don't care. But then it's also striking me that we could make this even easier if we got rid of all of these things and just sent the belt directly down there, and then had... Oh, because we're in map view and edit mode, cool. Yeah, if we just sent the ice, if we did this thing. So everything just goes towards the fuel, we grab some of the calcite for smelting. This looks like it's going to prioritize calcite over... Yeah, prioritize the smelting over the fuel, except that this thing is also kicking out 4.6 calcite, and the smelting is using significantly less than that. Yeah, this is one of the things that has kind of accidentally gotten simpler. There's a lot less recipe switching in here now, and then things like, where can we fit in solar panels? Like, I think we can move this beacon 1 or 2 tiles to the left. I don't think 2. Yeah, because I'm wondering whether or not we can... Actually, this would let us fully lane balance. And now we've saved a ton of space, and so we could put in here... Can we get enough space in here to get ourselves another solar panel? This is the kind of mess we are going to make, because we kind of can now. Yeah, we can get some solar panels in here. Oh, I did actually need that space for some other stuff, didn't we? We haven't implemented everything we need to yet, but we are finding space to bash in more solar panel stuff, because I think that's going to be helpful. Yeah, this is one of the other cute things I like. The way this crusher works, this belt will currently have on it all the rare rocks of, yeah, iron and carbon that we need, and we've got this, yeah, we've arranged this so that the iron rocks will be on the left-hand side so that we can juggle these rocks to the outside, which happens to be the side that this splitter prioritizes. I'm finding in spaceship design, especially as it doesn't rotate ever, that I'm doing a lot of silly, unnecessary things with exactly where inserters will put stuff. But I think now, having cleared out some of this space, we can use this to filter the iron asteroids into the... Yeah, filter the iron asteroids to this side, and because we wanted a gap on the right side for this inserter to put the extras out, that also means that the carbon rocks are on this side, which happens to be where we need to get them onto this belt, which is not what this carbon crusher is taking from, because this is the common carbon crusher. I think we're going to have to do some belt weaving, which I am not opposed to. I think there's already belt weaving in a couple of places. But if we grab like this, then this means that the whatever side, not there, this is a different thing. Whatever side these carbon rocks are on, and they are on the inside here, because we sideloaded them into this underground, which means if we turned a corner and did this, where would we like to... Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, we're not going to be able to get a solar panel in there. Maybe we can get... Or we can get a solar panel here. We can get some accumulators in here. This bit kind of doesn't matter, but whatever. We've made that a bit dense. So now we've got the rare carbonic rocks on the outside of this belt, and then the inside of this belt are the recycled rare carbonic rocks, which is nice. And then... yeah, this belt here is the other belt that we need to plug into a thing. It's the belt that gets iron ore, and this is around the wrong way. Did we mirror that? I think this needs to be here, which is super interesting, but we can just punch it to the side, and we are back into the storage that we anticipated. Though maybe we could have, yeah, whatever, that's the way it is now. And so, yeah, this assembler, this crusher is one of the few recipe switching crushers. We've, yeah, attempted to simplify a lot of that stuff out, and it will go between carbon and iron ore crushing, and all it does is fuel, and so we just kick those things out here. We've got one ejection for carbon rocks that is tied to, yeah, we read the belt, we do read the belt, we read both those belts, and we turn off the metallic rock grabber from the main feed if there's recycled stuff. And then we're trying to do a thing here where, yeah, so this also has the iron asteroids that need to go over to the other smelting, but which side we should be able to go like this and grab only the iron rocks. This is also the reason why we put the belt weaving in here, because we knew there was another feed to go the other way. But the thing I'm thinking is, yeah, like I was trying to do a thing where the extra rocks from this guy kicked out and around into the other process, but I think this could block up if we are trying to make railgun stuff more than we are trying to make fuel stuff. And it's also just struck me that we can also make this a whole lot simpler by just doing the same kind of thing. Oh yeah, because this is already outputting here as well, and so now we just output its own coal asteroids, which we then use. We're also outputting our own iron asteroids, which we then use, and we just do the same thing here of, you guys are going to grab if there are, yeah, read belt contents hold. You don't actually need the filter because you've got a recipe on your target, but we now will not be using, yeah, we won't grab from the main feed if we've got a top-up feed here, and then there's another place we can just drop in a couple more solar panels, because accumulators, because these things are probably useful. I mean, we do have to get a fusion power plant online somewhere. And then what was, oh yeah, the other thing was, so these carbon rocks are going in now, and then we've got this belt, maybe this solar panel doesn't get to exist, that needs to get over here somewhere. And we made all that effort into having this ugly inserter thing that I think we just don't use, because we're not going to be able to put the solar panel here after all, because this has to get... Yeah, these are going to be common iron rocks, which we want to dump in here, which is going to be, yeah, very similar to a pattern we've already seen. Pretty happy that can go. This also looks like it could simplify quite a bit as well. In fact, is this going to come... Which side are my asteroids on? My asteroids are on the bottom, which is moderately inconvenient, because I did want to be able to do something like this. So maybe we look at... I'm going to have to test which way this inserter will go and whether this will put the inserters on the top. It might, but I'm also thinking that this guy here could simplify. Is there... Although the only thing that really makes a difference is whether we can jam another another solar panel in here, and we can't because these guys are already at maximum extent, but maybe we can have this be a little less ugly. The other thing I'm thinking is we can get a couple of solar panels in here if we change slightly how these belts are arranged, and then there's space for, yeah, so this is kind of the simplification we're doing at this part in the process. We are making some things nastier so that some things can be, yeah, we're making some things cleaner so that things can be made nastier again with more solar panels around the place. The ship design is mostly done. Was there anything else? I think future me expected this to all have gone more smoothly, but that's kind of always the case. I think we're happy with it. We have got Mindtech back to Fulgora after its first little not particularly serious maiden voyage to Gleba. We are starting to run out of the original yellow bullets we had. We need to get a couple of these. Actually, can we get... We should have some other foundries we can use. Actually, there's a much easier way to do this. Just queue this thing, put it there, and then Epic Beacon, put it where the Legendary Beacon was. Do we have those speed modules? We do have those speed modules. Okay, and then, oh yeah, there's still a pile of other inserters that we need to hack in. But I think the next thing we do is we get rid of one of these inserters so that we're only trying to power a fusion reactor, because somewhere else down here we have, yeah, all the things that will make this work. Actually, let's just, should we do this? No, we're not going to be requesting this stuff long term. This is not a thing that we are ever going to be requesting long term from Fulgora, so we're just going to yeet some of it up here. Probably still would have been easy to do with requests. I think we've got a request for the quantum processors, which we also need to bring up there, but oh well. Let's wander back over to Mindtech, and yeah, wonder whether the solar panels we've got and the accumulators will stand up to needing the first 10 megawatts. What kind of max output? 570 kilowatts? I think we have more than 20 of these things around. We are in fact completely fine. I was overstating my concern with that. We are just online. Okay, so now we can just put the other fusion power online as well. Okay, sure, whatever. I think we're just online, aren't we? Is there a power pole I can check? There is. We have all the power in the world that we would like. There's a huge pile of fusion power. Okay, I think in that case, the next thing we do is we just slap this whole blueprint in. And we build a pile of the stuff, we build all the railguns. Oh wait, you want to not be doing that. Just go back to Fulgora for the moment, because we probably still need to check some of this stuff. We're still trying to catch all of the ice rocks, and oh wait, actually, first thing is we need to be not actually trying to take any of the rare ice rocks. I mean, the thing isn't there anyway, but never mind. We want to be able to use the ice rocks to get mostly carbon stuff. We need a bit of iron for the rockets, although we also don't have any of the furnaces we need for that yet either. But yeah, so any of the ice rocks that get this far, 50% of them will get turned into asteroid. Okay, slightly less than that because of loss, but the ice asteroids will be split between metallic and carbonic, and we hopefully have enough inserters here to grab anything that falls out. The metallic rocks we are also attempting to process once, and so this will give us some ice rocks which might get processed back to metallic, but the main point is, yeah, we'll just take it in once, spit it back out again. Hopefully we get more carbonic rocks this way, because we need overall more carbonic rocks, and this entire setup gives us things back more or less randomly if we actually had all the legendary quality modules that we need, which we don't. I think we're going to get rid of a couple of these recyclers that aren't doing anything, because we would rather have the quality modules in these crushers? Do we need to get rid of more? These recyclers aren't doing anything until we actually do the Prometheum stuff. Okay, so with that, we are actually not producing the red ammo yet because we also didn't have the inserters for the yellow ammo. But yeah, we need some foundry upgrades here. We should now be kicking yellow ammo. Okay, we need a couple of these things to continue to be upgraded. And then do we need... Yeah, I think we just use the epic bulk inserters that we have sitting around. I don't think this is a particularly big deal at all, but this should be able to get us red ammo manufacture happening, which should then be able to make it back into... And then why are we not also because of... Do we have this many... Maybe we have this many... Epic bulk inserters? Why aren't you running? Oh, because you need explosives. And we don't have explosives because we also need, yeah, tracking which of these inserters we actually need to be bulk or not. We're getting the copper out. All of these guys have got their bulk inserters. We are doing this recipe switching thing for coils and copper, which is pretty nice. We're making railguns. We've got all the explosives. We do need more assemblers, but we also have probably enough rocks. We have enough fuel. I think... I'm okay, we're taking hits here. Oh, we have a platform. Maybe we should send up some more platform. We did also have some epic crushers around, so we can make sure we get these two crushers in play by just making them epic, which is nice. A random smattering of these crushers still not present, but fewer than I thought, which is interesting. And then this is not a vital crusher. These guys are all online. We are taking damage, I'm fine with that. I think we still need to go... Oh, this one is also somewhat vital. Let's use another of the available epic crushers over here, even though it really does not need to be epic. We have run out of iron to process, or at least we are running down the iron we will process. I think this means... Okay, I think this means two things. You can just move over one tile so you can always see the rest of it. But otherwise... Oh yeah, these things that we broke that we should put back, which very nearly work, but this is also demonstrating that we are doing the thing we want to be. We are buffering the ammunition underneath the foundries and solar panels, which is cool, but this old yellow ammo feed from the hub, we no longer want. We want to be using the red ammo and the railgun bullets that we are constructing. That's a lot of railgun ammo to have around just already. I quite like that. So we are now collecting rocks again, and it's looking pretty good. We got the lasers running as well. Some of these railguns complaining about not having bullets. Oh well. Presumably we are... It's actually tricky to tell whether we are positive or negative on red ammo at the moment, but we should still be making a whole bunch of stuff. I also discovered that we had, yeah, Asteroid Collector Rare. We had like a couple of legendary and epic asteroid collectors sitting around, so they are socketed in here now as well. We're grabbing all the stuff we're throwing. We already are in the condition of throwing away things we don't need. Another thing that did strike me as interesting is the rocket launchers are still not having any ammo because we are trying to give them rare rare explosive rockets. The thing about that is we're doing all of this quality upgrading from ice asteroids because we said, hey, you know what? When we go to Aquila, we'll have a ton of ice asteroids. We may as well use those mini ice asteroids to upgrade into sort of random things, which we can then turn back into the super rare... Yeah, we did get the quality on these filters good. The rare coal rocks, exactly as this one did, that we can then use to make rare explosives. The thing is... These are exactly the weapon systems that we were planning on using to shoot the asteroids at Aquilo to get the ice to make the explosives, to make these rockets. You may detect a circular dependency. So that is maybe actually... Because we are cranking out the railgun turrets, although not all of them that we wanted. Can we... Also, because we're already... thinking about shooting some of the big asteroids, can we also just throw in big oxide asteroid, and why not big Prometheum asteroid to, yeah, it was this one. Can we just use these railguns, yeah, whatever, to also be shooting the big asteroids, because we do have, yeah, let's copy all of these. We do have quite the, like, the sectors at the top are the places we can shoot things with railguns, so we're still, yeah, I think we're going to go back to, actually we can go to Aquilo from here, can't we? We are going to see whether or not this works just a little bit. This is the kind of ice we were planning on receiving. So we can now take this, go in and make the rockets. I think we actually turn around and go back. I think we turn around and go back because we don't have all the parts we need for the ship yet. Yeah, railgun, stuff like that. Pretty great, enjoying that a whole lot. Yeah, we're going to turn around and go back to Fulgora because I am on Fulgora. And I would like to be on this ship when it does the Solar Edge thing, because that would be cool. But also, we aren't fully built yet. We still need a couple of furnaces, we need a couple of beacons, there were a couple of foundry upgrades. I think we needed some more modules and crushers. Grabby Grabs looking fantastic. This is why our missiles aren't getting out. I was thinking, shouldn't we, you know, have we made any missiles yet? A couple. Why aren't we seeing them in the build? It turns out when we were arranging these solar panels, we actually need this link to be longer, because it doesn't connect. Is this one fine? This one is fine because it gets in here, and we've made, you know, only a couple of missiles. We are still heavily limited by carbon rocks. We've moduled these guys differently to try and get more productivity bonus out. We are making some rockets at least. We've got the capability for that. We've got these furnaces. We need, we needed the beacon. We need the beacon and the foundry to get these things ratioed properly, but the red ammo is completely fine, and we are not making railguns because of explosives, which is probably also just a rocks thing. It's not, it's a throughput thing. Overall, we're still fine. The other reason why I wanted to come to Vulcanus and drop down rather than looking for individual beacons and foundries is also because I forgot to do a deletion planner to look for ghosts, so we actually don't have any. I believe we are full build, other than the fact that we don't have enough stuff, which is fine. Okay, we were never staying long in Vulcanus anyway. We picked up the parts we needed. The ship is now at full build. I don't think we want any of these things anymore. And I think we try to get to Aquilo, and I think we just try and go there. I think we're probably fine. I mean, the ammunition isn't here anyway. The whole point of all this underbelt stuff is that we free up the hubs from storage. We've put all the recyclers back as well. We've got all the legendary modules. Tech is, let's go and find the tech that's actually going to do something. Can we just get physical damage? Sounds like it's a pretty good thing to be having at the moment. Haven't actually paid attention to which packs we have. Overall, we have a pleasant surplus of all the kinds of rocks we wanted. We are occasionally throwing away iron, no big deal. We still just need, yeah, we need a lot more of the carbon-based rocks to be making the rare carbon rocks to be making the rare rocket turrets we need. Maybe we should pay attention to the front of the ship, given that we don't have rocket launchers up, we don't have the rockets for them, but we're also trying to go to Aquila, which is what we need that for, and yeah, just doing it with railguns instead. Hopefully we have enough railgun ammo. We have made it to Aquila. We were never really concerned about that step. That step was going to be fine. The quality recycling for the rockets looks like it's doing a bit of a thing now, which is good, because the rocket turrets are still complaining about stuff. We're probably going to be launching those rockets as soon as we get them, to be honest. We did have a whole bunch of barrels that we would just like to drop on Aquila, because we don't need them here, and Aquila would like to be able to put the fluorocataline in them. I was just wondering about whether or not we request more fusion cells, and it really doesn't. It looks like we've used 15 of them in the time we've been faffing out. Actually, wait, no, far fewer than that, because we still have the ones that are in. We've used one. We have spent one fusion cell in the time between us getting this build running, and yeah, let's get out of here. Let's see if we can go to the Solar System edge. Get a nice little autosave. We're not going to unload anything there. I just wanted to not be hit by this asteroid, and maybe our tapering shape is such that this asteroid doesn't hit us? Question mark? Okay, we tanked it. We're fine. Okay, the fact that we'd upgraded this guy to Epic is what kept it alive. I think we still have repair packs floating around. Whatever. Let's see how far we can get towards this shattered planet before we start to worry about it. Oh, also, should we be worrying about how many railgun bullets we have? No, I think we might be fine for railgun bullets. I don't think that one was our first huge asteroid, but we handled it okay, and the grabby grabs are just doing a great job grabbing all the stuff. I kind of want to scroll down to the, okay, so we built so much quality processing that we're never actually buffering enough ice asteroids to make all this underbelt storage actually do anything, which is okay, fine. I guess we could always repurpose more of that as Prometheum storage, maybe. Yeah, this is fine. Collect all the stuff. How are our railgun stocks doing? Our railgun stocks are increasing. I think we had filled up to here when we left, and now we have added railguns. I mean, I guess we are attempting to push out 6 railgun rounds a second with this manufacture, and like, we're blasting them off, but we're also still not blasting off 6 a second. So yeah, maybe we are also overproducing railgun rounds. There have been a couple of sketchy moments. I am glad that we did not... Oh, what did we lose? One entity being damaged, sure. There have been, things like this that... There's still a lot of stuff arriving on screen, and hopefully we can handle it. We are now using a lot more of those railgun rounds, but we did also have a lot more railgun rounds. It's a thing that's designed for going forwards and punching everything out of the way. It's kind of a hammer shape, but definitely a war hammer shape. This is a hammer with a lot of meat behind it that makes sure that whatever it hits gets crushed. Allegedly, that is the narrative we're going with, and seems to be working. Oh, guys like this coming in from the side are always a bit spooky. Oh yeah, good job. We took that right on the side of the face, but we've also just fully rebuilt everything? we have not fully rebuilt everything. We've got the railgun tech done. I think we still have some green undergrounds we do, so we can restore that flow. Nice little disaster management. Having extra... So maybe we do need some other combat capability around the side, which is not really what I want. But it looks like we might get to the shattered planet. I'm not going to say fine, because we did lose and we lost something on the other side as well. Oh well. However, we have successfully done the thing. We got to the... We have beaten the game by dispatching an interstellar space platform. We can continue playing. We can, go for achievements, grow our factory. Interestingly, what this doesn't say is progress as a Deathworld and continue to annihilate a bunch of stuff. We have been somewhat trolled by the galaxy upload feature that didn't actually pause the game in the background, and so we were sitting here taking asteroids from directions we never planned on it, and this one actually swings in and destroys all of our cold storage. And yeah, maybe it's on me for not having enough platform and enough bits sitting around to immediately rebuild this. Oh well. We did at least get here once. I don't really like the idea of losing this ship to an out-of-game thing like galaxy upload. So we are going to reload this and not stop for some out-of-context reason. Which does mean we get to watch this asteroid smack into our side again. Did it... I don't remember it being a big deal. Did it just destroy platform? What does it do? Oh, that's right, it almost destroys the Crusher, but doesn't, because the Crusher has epic hit points. Good job, Amazing Crusher. Is there anything else we need to monitor with this? Did I change around... I think I wanted the ones at the front shooting the other asteroids, but it's all kind of fine. Yeah, sure, let's just go to the Shattered Planet again. This time we did make a couple of changes. Yeah, good job. We're not going to worry about that right now. Do not bother me with the things that cover the screen, and don't pause the game. Yeah, we just want to continue straight through to some Shattered Planet stuff, and hopefully find... I mean, there's a couple of achievements for this, aren't there? How aggressive do we want to be at this point? 30,000 and 10,000 are the achieve. Like, I don't expect to get the other achievement right now with this ship. Yeah, and the change we have made is that we did make the railgun turrets target everything else as well. Are things coming in from the side? Do we need to worry about this? I was about to pause a bunch of stuff, and then I realized that if stuff was coming from the side, then pausing the thrust to deal with the stuff in front of our face is not actually the good way to have the ship survive. Have we even captured any Prometheum yet? I have not seen any of the Prometheum chunks anywhere, and I guess we get... Oh hey, there's one. So I guess we get the first of the achievements for getting some distance away. Hopefully we can also grab all of this Prometheum. Hopefully it works out. We are still low on rockets in a way that's a little bit of a problem. This is also kind of spooky. How far do we want to try and push this? We do still have railgun bullets on... Yeah, but it does seem to come in waves a bit. But we are also struggling for UPS. Cool, good job. We are halfway towards the second achievement. Do we go for that? I think I think if we get the second achievement, we are turning around immediately. We don't want to be going any further, and we are already collecting, some amount of Prometheum that we're probably pretty happy with. Rockets are still not keeping up because we're still shooting them at everything, but I think we are about to achieve the second of the achievements of get within some distance of Shattered Planet. Congratulations, bravely running away. Don't go here. Let's just go straight back to Aquilo. And... oh yeah, I was concerned by the fact that we had a 4 million kilometer journey. We don't. We have the last couple of stages of 4 million kilometer journey. Mouse wheel, please. I think we have enough ammo for this. I think hopefully we are... are these guys telling me about... they are not telling me about products finished. Are we losing some stuff on the side of the ship? We've lost a little bit of railgun manufacture. This guy might hit the fuel. Oh well. I think this is a very good... and we've taken a hit on the other side as well. Sure, cool. Is this guy going to hit something? Nah, it's going to be fine. I think we do have some things to think about and reorganize several parts of this. Like, I think the rockets I am enjoying, but we just don't have enough of them. I think maybe stepping those back to... yeah, I think maybe stepping those back to uncommon quality will still let us do, something with all of this quality recycling that we put this effort into. Some of these things won't be necessary, and then maybe also some more rocket turrets in more central defensive places, and maybe some laser turrets around the back. I don't really want to manage pushing bullets everywhere for the defensive perimeter, but laser turrets are basically free, and rocket turrets are the ones we really need to deal with all the big stuff coming in from the side. Oh, have we also run out of repair packs? Also, is this guy going to give us... and now that's going to sail past as well, and it's going to be fine. Yeah, having fuel go might actually be pretty important to the plan. You guys are not running because carbon, but we've got the carbon back, so yeah. Maybe we do need to defend the sides of the ship a little more. I don't really want to. I'd rather just have like a warhammer that goes forwards. Maybe we can safely escape to Aquilo. The ammunition production is fine. We are just also worrying about like the positions of our gun turrets, our targeting. Yeah, rocks like this that turn up from the side, which, yeah, we're probably fine. So it does look like we successfully get back to Aquilo. The rest of the leg back into the inner planets I'm less concerned with. We're not going to do anything here. I think we just go, you know what, Novice sounds pretty nice. We should be able to avoid getting hit by any asteroids from any directions we aren't considering. I think I'm definitely going to consider that a first successful test. Although there are definitely some modifications we want to make. yeah, that first foray achieved for us 7 Prometheum rock chunks, which is not fantastic. Okay, so it's going to get us what? Okay, no science out because we actually need 25 to begin crafting the science. So things that are a little bit of a concern, we've got to reorganize this to stay out there for quite a bit longer. Having safely returned victorious to Novus with the famous 0.0 kilometers per second orbit. I'm sure that's how that works. There are a couple of things I want to change about this ship. We need to not have these guys taking so much damage, and so I think that means these rocket turrets, I think we want to push them wider as well. In particular, I think this recycler we probably don't need, and that gives us space for another rocket turret over here. And then the next thing I'm wondering about is, does this recycler, maybe it just sits over one tile, or maybe we get, this stuff. Maybe it sits over one tile and grabs the feed from this grabber, or maybe we get rid of this and have another rocket turret. I will decide how I figure about that. I think these two at the front can downgrade to rare instead of epic, because I don't know that we need to hit that far in front of the ship. And then other things I was contemplating were, what if we have a constant combinator? Can we wire you to a turret and have you say set priority list? We can, because that means that, so the idea I'm going to have now is we are going to have, okay, and we're going to like make a bit of a mess here and then tidy it up later in between times. A decider combinator, say, wherever, that looks at the hub, and the hub is reading moving to and from. And then we can grab this guy and say, oh wait, what was the signal? Oh wait, that's not how it works, is it? We get the moving to and from by actually choosing the planet. If we are moving to or from the solar system edge, I'm pretty sure I said shattered planet a bunch of times incorrectly. We're not doing that. If we are going to or from the solar system edge, then we will be able to output... actually, we don't need the other combinator up there. We can do outputs here for the medium and big asteroids that we want to be shooting, and then we can use this to set... then we can use this to set the targets that the rocket launchers will shoot at, and this also means that, we could use the rockets to shoot things on the way to a... it's going to be simpler if we just add targets, isn't it? I don't think we want to have... I've lost it. Here it is. Have this guy, have them all by default turned off most of the time, and then only really activating when we are on the way to the shattered planet, and then let the railguns take care of all the rocks from here to Aquila, because that seemed to work out pretty well. The other thing I wanted to do was, step this down from, instead of rare rockets, because we're not getting enough rare rocks out, change a lot of how this recycler worked to spit out a bunch of different qualities of rocks. What's going on? Oh, you are facing the wrong way, and as soon as we turn this belt around, all of these ice crystals are going to flow into the recycler. Okay, fine. I think because when we do... this is also going to be kind of annoying and delicate, because we don't want to move the belts that are in between, because most of these are not, like this one is ammo, this one is also ammo, these three are Prometheum asteroids that we don't have, so we want to be kind of careful about that. But when we're doing this main loop of recycling, we get out a bunch of uncommon rocks and a bunch of rare rocks, and we were previously losing a bunch of those, trying to juggle those up to rare, and I don't think we do that anymore. I think we replace this function by saying if we have any recipes, if we get any uncommon ice asteroids, we just crush them into one of their other types, because we want to be doing this feature at uncommon. Yeah, we want to be grabbing all of the uncommon rocks instead of, okay, yeah, this one was a different type, it was supposed to be carbon. Give us all the uncommon iron rocks, all the uncommon carbon rocks. There are going to be, yeah, there's a bunch of rare things on this belt and then a bunch of rare things in here, which we can probably do a little bit of a hack to utilize, but changing all of this stuff to uncommon recipes, not going to be too bad. We're just going to end up with a bunch of this stuff in the hub, oh well. So all the uncommon rocks we get, we can turn into either iron or carbon, and we want mostly carbon. We're also going to get a couple of rare rocks out, and I was trying to figure out a way that I would be happy with of just not wasting the rare rocks that fall out of all of this thing. And so in that case, yeah, don't be doing this with quality. We're not going to be upgrading these things. We are going to say if we get any carbon rocks out, or if we get any iron rocks out at rare quality, those are going to be what we transform again, so that we only actually eject, and it might be exactly the same belt, we only eject rare ice asteroids. And we've now got vastly more inserters than we need here to be doing this, because we're not going to have so many. But the point being, those were already the asteroids that were wandering down here to get to this crusher to be turned into the rare ice that we can use for Aquilo. So maybe this belt here doesn't need to exist, or we've got another belt to work with that we don't really need to, because a lot of this stuff, like a pile of this stuff, can just disappear, because we will be able to get maybe even through here somewhere, just like another, although we do still want to be, all the epic and legendary stuff we still don't have anything to do with, but we want to be getting a whole bunch of stuff at uncommon, and then yeah, turn all the rare into ice. There's not going to be much, because we don't, these are just what, 9% quality. Turn all the uncommon stuff into either iron or carbon to turn into missiles. Have more rocket launchers around the place, and then I think also we want to find some other places elsewhere in the ship to also provide cover from some other directions. We're out of epic fast inserters, okay? Because yeah, we're still getting hit. There's still not a lot of coverage in the rear either. And the original plan was just to drive through this more quickly and not worry about it, and that was always kind of aggressive. And maybe that works. Where is the rockets? The rockets belt comes through here from the underground storage under this smelting, which we are currently not using because we're not spending any red ammo. So maybe somewhere in here we could get rid of some of these solar panels and hide another rocket turret, because even just one more rocket turret here, and we're going to need all those priorities, even just one more rocket turret, say in here somewhere, is next to the supply of rockets that are heading up to the front. And then also I cleared the queue. I wanted to see how much coverage we would get if we put it, say, here, and we're getting almost all of it. Like, should I be more concerned about that very tail? Maybe. We have taken an asteroid hit here and an asteroid hit here, but both of those did fly through the area that this would be guarding. And then maybe we get rid of a couple of accumulators to throw in some other laser turrets. I think that is a good plan for keeping the rest of the ship safe, because we do want to be able to not have to patrol this all the time, but also send it out quite a long way to be able to pick up any decent number of asteroids. Because yes, 7 is not a number that makes the labs go. We have reorganized this ship according to what we talked about. Yeah, we managed to fit a little rocket turret in here. There are a couple of point defense lasers around the side, just taking care of business. We have this new asteroid thing in the middle. We've got a whole lot. Okay, a couple more rocket turrets. We snuck some more in there. They're all connected by circuit wires in the manner we talked about, and down here there's a combinator saying if we are heading to or from the shattered planet, do your stuff, otherwise just cool it. And yeah, another combinator over here I was going to set up as well. We want to be checking whether or not this piece of belt, which is on hold, has 4 of either kinds of asteroids and outputting those signals, and then connecting that to this combinator, which says always just ice and Prometheum, and then we want to use that to set these filters so that we're not clogging up the belt with stuff we don't necessarily need. Push that condition everywhere. And yeah, the little asteroid setup as well, exactly what we talked about, turning all the rare things into ice and only evacuating ice from the build, bouncing around the common stuff. This is set up so that if we get enough uncommon iron asteroids, these two are positioned to convert some amount of the stuff from the right into hopefully carbon, but also if it backs up, these guys will just kick off and turn all of the surplus iron rocks into more carbon rocks, which is nice. And then down here, we are sushiing any of the epic and legendary stuff in with the carbon, and presuming to just not get too much stuff fall through here, and yeeting it away because we can't really do anything with it. Oh well. Are the missiles... So you've got missiles. Are the missiles like running and stuff? Oh yeah, this is a lot more missiles getting manufactured. This is fantastic. We've got explosives on the belt. We've got these things running. Cool. Let's see how better we feel about taking this thing out to hopefully slightly further. Yeah, this little, let's not call it point defense, but it's the defensive rocket launcher in the back, is also allowed to just straight up shoot the medium asteroids and is not connected to the circuitry, so anything that might swing in to hit us, like this one might, we'll get a rocket off, we'll tap it, it'll be fine, the lasers will pick up the little bits, so we are more or less protected from, I reckon, all angles of stuff coming in there, and I don't think we need to worry about things higher than that, because these rocket turrets are protecting us from anything that's like this angle, which this rocket turret has super covered, so I think we are probably okay. Coming up on the solar edge now, and there we go, heading towards the shattered planet. Are we going to do the third achievement today? I don't know, gonna see how we feel, how spicy we feel like being. I still don't think we can afford to lose this ship. Oh, partly because I'm on it, that would be bad. Checking in with the railgun ammo, and we are still super good on all counts, and we're even backing up the rockets to all the way into the under foundry smelting storage. So that's, I think I like that quite a bit. Can we see how the front of the ship is doing? It's apparently still fine. We have now passed the previous achievement distance. We're now working towards the third achievement, and we're starting to see some of the rocket turrets pick up the duty with the big asteroids because there are enough heavies around to keep the railguns busy. So I don't think we're nervous yet. Yeah, all of these explosions and the rocket towers trashing all of this stuff, also hopefully making the work easier for the gun turrets, is a thing that I'm enjoying. The midsection and rear of the ship is still pretty fine. We are closing in on third achievement distance, which is... I think we definitely take it. Probably I should check the rocket stats. Just make sure we're not about to run out of ammunition, because we probably are firing more than 6 a second at the moment. But there we go. We have an achievement. Now we don't need to worry about that anymore. Now we just need to figure out how stressed we're going to be, because everything is going to get worse from now, right? In fact, we might just... let's just go back to Aquilo. And let's carefully monitor this and see how much worse it gets. And I was going to look at the ammunition levels, wasn't I? Instead, I am looking at the things that are exploding. Psych, we're doing kind of okay, so we're going to head back towards the Shattered Planet and pick up some more stuff. A thing I have not checked in with on this trip at all is how much Prometheum we've already got. I mean, it's pretty relevant. We're going to be trying to do things with it. There's Prometheum around. We're grabbing something. Yeah, I think 75 is as far as I want to go today. I think we're pretty good with this. It looks pretty nice. Maybe we could go further, but also things can go from generally pretty happy to very unhappy pretty quickly. So let's just throw in Aquilo. Yeah, all of this lateral movement is a thing we haven't really designed for. We're pretty much designed for going forwards, and so rocks like this could be, in fact, let's, yeah, okay, we caught it, but things like that drifting in around the tail of the ship could be a thing that we've put, you know, one turret here for. Maybe we want more turrets here. Yeah, I am pretty happy with our stacks of ammunition, and I don't even know how many of these we have yet. Oh, we've picked up 50 of each, and then there's a couple here. So we've got, like, in total 102 Prometheum rocks, so, you know, not fantastic, not terrible. We are going to just head back towards the Shattered Planet for a bit, and hope to pick up some more stuff. Ah, interestingly, we are also starting to bank ice now, which is really good. That is the thing we wanted to happen. It means we can continue to manufacture rockets while we are not, you know, in the middle of a fairly intense asteroid belt. I wonder if the iron rocks have also built up, which means that any uncommon quality iron rocks are getting back down here, and these guys are turning them into carbon rocks, which is why we probably have a decent number of missiles floating around at the moment. Yeah, decent number of missiles. Because at the moment I'm not even really worried about, air quotes, wasting rockets on kind of this area, because we're only spending rockets when the railguns aren't in control of the situation, or, you know, they need a little bit of help, and then they just do all this fantastic stuff like this, and then, yeah, a little bit more protection against these kinds of asteroids that are swinging in from the side, I think could be a good idea. We are learning about how big a Prometheum collecting ship needs to be by collecting some Prometheum. Well, not on this lake, we're heading back at the moment. But we bounced around between about 60,000 and 80,000 kilometers out a couple of times, and we have collected, you know, not a terrible amount of Prometheum, but also, if we're trying to do any science on Marathon, kind of a terrible amount of Prometheum. I do have some other reflections on how this ship is working. It's going pretty well with uncommon grade rockets, which is nice, but I think we're going to leave that for next time because we have looked at ships a lot. I think at this point we want to look at some of the other planets and talk about what's going on with them and what we need to do to address the various challenges we are still seeing. So this is the new area of Novus. This was also kind of the starter area. We fully mined it out. We put some stuff back. Science is yeah, beaconed and stacked, but not currently running. And then we've got some request chests to pull things in from space. And I think the thing we're actually lacking, yeah, mousing over this thing tells us what the labs that are up the north a little are telling us they need. And it's space science. Purple science we also need to build better. Also lava science. Wild. Okay, sure. We've got some of these request chests here which would allow us to request more. Yeah, there are a couple of these that are unavailable that we could use to just request more stuff to increase the size of the space science down here. But I think the problem is we're just not building enough. So, Human? Yeah, Human we were using as a template for the other build. I don't think we do this at all. Like, I don't think a second ship of exactly the same kind collecting another, 50 Prometheum per quite long trip is going to be really what we need. I think we need a dedicated, larger space science thing, because currently we've got, yeah, Hexacube that we have remoduled slightly. Are we getting enough stuff, or we're also getting item ingredient shortage? Yeah, we speed moduled this a bit harder, and we may not have the things to keep up. And then also Becky, and these are the two little science builds that are trying to do all the work, but also only drop the stuff when we're heading back from Aquilo, whatever. So I think those things we've got to manage differently, and we can have Human just, yeah, let's have a look at, say, a ship that's driving around. Yeah, we're going to get enough asteroids for a lot more space science from this, aren't we? If we do like a yellow bullets foundries thing, maybe even juggle some asteroids into water, because water is the thing we're kind of sad about. Yeah, and then there's still yeah, that one's a carbonic asteroid. We're going to be able to get all the iron and carbon we like and then juggle some of it into water. Okay, so different dedicated science ship that can spend more time in Novus, dropping all of that stuff off. Novus also has this kind of old mall area where we had the blue science. We've cut out some red chips. We had blue chips down here in purple and yellow science, and a lot of those things are happening off planet now. We've got some nuclear power. We've got some pretty heavily beaconed biolabs. Down here we've got the processing area, and then pretty much everything else on Novus is a fairly standard collection of mining outposts and wall stuff that's still blinking, whatever. This little intermediates outpost also a little bit sad because we're not running at the moment because we probably still don't have space science. Yeah, things that are sad. We're trying to make the low density structure here. This is the majority of the smelting on Novus. Pretty high quality beacons, pretty high quality prod mods, going pretty fast, stacked belts, that's all kind of nice. I think we are going to need either more copper or, yeah, we put vastly more copper. We have the LDS build that's trying to use a lot more copper than we've actually got. Going to have to do something about that at some point. The other notable part of Novus being Guantanamo Biter Nursery, of which the fewer questions we ask, the better. But we are, through some fetus woodchippers, ending up with rare eggs and hopefully this box, which we are using for, yeah, module upgrades and biolabs and things like that. But we need more of these. And then this train station is the other side of that, and we've got, yeah, quite a lot of rare Prod Mod 3s we have no particular plans for. Maybe we should be doing a little upgrade patch for these as well. So now we should be upgrading these modules as well, which is pretty good. How fast are you going? You are not going particularly fast. I think we need to get you a better recycler. I think we also maybe have in this box, okay, no better recyclers, but we do have better electromag plants, so let's slap those in here as well to make sure all this goes nice and fast. And then other things we're gonna need, so we've got this running now. I was wondering whether we would get biter eggs out of this at all, because it is kind of a recycling process, and it looks like we are, because it still says it's, products finished 1, doing things. We've got an epic and legendary modules upgrade. So that's the plan for Novus. We're going to grow it a bit, but mostly we're just going to import things like the other kinds of science, like the blue and red chips. Vulcanus we've had a look at. Let's go and have a look at Fulgora, because we've not dived into that recently much. So this is our Fulgora. We're mostly doing a spaghetti thing. The lack of stuff being jettisoned into the Spiral of Doom makes me think that something is a little blocked down here, and it is blocked. Cool things that can happen with spaghetti planets. I guess we try and fix this quickly, but this is not really what we wanted to be doing. Yeah, we've got this science over here, which is all still provided by belts. I think we want to Logibot this together. This could also explain why we were... Oh no, we've got a ton of science. We are not really concerned about that at all. Yeah, but we've got 2 belts of allegedly moving stuff that are currently not moving. I think long term we want to be expanding this to 4 belts. We've got train stations that are doing all this kind of stuff. We are getting quality scrap from the miners, which is going to be pretty helpful. Let's go and attempt to... Power grid is fine. Power grid is probably fine. We have the support of some nuclear power as well, so that's not really a concern. Which of the things... It could be blocked on several things at this point. We are... Oh, this is running. This is the belt where the lower collection sort of arrives and smashes into the earlier stations, which are largely the same but fewer of them. And yeah, we're putting steam on tanks to take out to the mining patches. That seems to be a pretty good plan. I think that means that probably in here, yeah, this chest of high quality blue chips. I don't really have anything to do with high quality blue chips. But the fact that this chest is full is the manner in which we have... Okay, so that was also a super easy fix. And then there's also in this section of the base down here. Yeah, this all looks like it's jammed and would be bad. However, we are reading the contents of this loop of belt, everything on that loop of belt, and sending the signal back to the trains. And if we have anything on that loop of belt, we send a signal that stops the trains. So we won't get any more trains of stuff in until this loop of belt is clear, which means that both of these guys are fully running, and so this is just going to correct itself just fine. Things we want to do on Fulgora is, yeah, even having looked at that, yeah, this interchange down here, the trains are being held here even while they are empty. We are going to need more mining. The thing we want to do on Fulgora is turn all of this stuff instead of, because we're currently getting half a belt of scrap. This is going to be one of the other long-term projects. We want to turn this into a full belt of scrap per station, which is going to turn all of this into 4 lanes. There we go. The base has unclogged itself. It's fine. We're going to need more mining for that. So I guess an uninteresting thing we could do in a kind of montage. This little patch was always a bit annoying to get to because of where all the cliffs were, but we don't have that problem anymore. Fulgora's miners are getting some amount of quality. We're kind of balancing this against both the mall and the science, but I think as we expand we can lean into doing more things at more quality. So we have a new mining outpost. It's got its own stacker on a different island that used to be its own mining. All these trains are heading over here. It's fine. And the trains are not able to get back because all the stations are full with trains they already have. Good times. Other things we should do on Fulgora, if I can find the thing, is somewhere over here. Oh yeah, we're making energy shields and roboports, tier 2 energy shields at rare quality, yes, and also normal quality. I wonder why I was doing that. But if we are going to do Spidertron things, and I think we're going to do Spidertron things, most of this is set up for the kind of bulk that a Spidertron build will need, except maybe for these legs, of which we are only making 1 rare set of legs at a time. So I think we should yeah, change this to, I don't know, less than 40? How many legs does a spider need? And that's pretty much all of our Fulgora. There are a couple of other mining posts. There's a couple of other places we've mined out. Over here, there's a couple of places we're in the middle of mining out. Correction, places we have already mined out. And we're going to need more of that later too, but let's not worry about that now. This is our Gleba, the other planet in need of a major overhaul. Let's do a little bit of a tour. We've got this cute little wagon smelting thing, which I like a lot, which I don't think is good, but we're going to keep it because I like it. We're making low-density structure here, which we're actually porting back to Novice to make sure it doesn't back up. Yeah, it's going into the yellow science. And then, yeah, we've run out the stone mining again, but that's fine because we probably have enough landfill to do what we want. Do we have epic landfill? I would like for this to be less than or equal to epic at this point, please. I think we're going to attempt to set up for... Okay, let's put some of this in here. Let's put some of it back. I think we're going to attempt to set up for an epic biochamber rebuild because that might be a little bit easier. And then, yeah, this isn't the first Gleben pattern we had, but this is the first Gleben pattern that really made us exportable science and bioflux that we could use for other things, and I think this wants a bit of an upgrade. There's a lot of direct insertion, there's a lot of sushi. I mean, that was always going to be the case with seeds anyway. We're also making our stack inserters over here. We're making a lot of stack inserters over here. I am okay with that. That stuff will be useful. And out on the patches, we have cranes without seeds. Oh no, you just planted your entire patch. Good job. Cranes doing some stuff. We've got some basic defenses. The defenses on this patch don't look like... I mean, they're pretty significant. I guess we've got extra range because of rocket turrets. I would like more laser turrets here. But the Gleba we are expecting to defend down here. Yeah, there's some defense happened here, didn't it? We've got the laser turrets out front, which we're making at Vulcanus and kicking out here. We've got, yeah, a lot of other stuff. We're firing yellow rockets. The yellow rockets get made in space and dropped down by our Aquilo going ships, which is pretty nice. But all of this is Logibot managed, which I think is going to make it easy to convert, where is it, these belts over here. Yeah, currently we just request the fruit when we need fruit and fire it back to the base. We are currently not doing that because the signals tell us that we don't need the fruit. Where are the signals? We have additional types of soil with which we could just convert more of these patches, but I think I also want to try, for the sake of it, going a little further away and putting agriculture in more places because we can defend it now, and doing a trains thing to get stuff back rather than this belt thing. But overall, Gleba doesn't seem to need that much stuff if we're only doing science here. We've got a little bit of a Gleben Mall, which is doing rocket turret upgrades, which is... Okay, let's have this less than epic, because this box has kind of filled up. Oh wait, that's not the issue. The issue is that this box has filled up, because we have all of the epic stuff. Okay, I guess we can request chest this. Okay, something like this. We've now got a little logi build for rocket turrets, but we've also got so many rare rocket turrets that they are gumming up these provider chests. So I think we're going to have a completely different box that junks rare rocket turrets, and I think we're going to need to logi request these as well. Oh, we already are. Yeah, we wanted to tweak this foundry to get ore from space. I'm pretty sure Gleba is already requesting both ore and calcite from space, and they're just turning up here. That's fine. We want to be doing this to get the other mall stuff we want. Yeah, we're gonna keep the wagon smelting because it's cool, but we're not really gonna extend it because it's not great. I don't know if we're going to keep Gleba if the next Gleba plan is also going to be doing this eggs in a wagon crafting thing. I like it a whole lot, but the main problem with this... Okay, so there's two problems with this setup. Number one, when we speed this up, and we're planning on speeding this up so we can get better value from higher prod mods, I don't know that these inserters are going to keep up with the number of nutrients we need, because the nutrient pull is already pretty significant. The main problem here, though, is just getting enough high-quality bioflux through. That's always going to be a thing. So maybe we do just do Gleben science at common quality after all. Unclear, we'll think about it. The other thing I like about Gleba a lot, which I think we're definitely going to try and keep, is these boilers that just attempt to pull any spoilage off belts from a number of places. I think this is... Why are you out of... Oh, because you're never connected to anything, because it turned out that one of these was enough, sure. Yeah, pulling spoilage off belts in a number of places and using it for power grid as a kind of, yeah, booster power grid besides the regular power grid, of which we have vastly more than we need. Is that true? We do still have all the accumulators and things because we're trying to do laser and Tesla tower things. Those guys are a bit of a struggle. But yeah, we've got seeds going back out on the belt with the rockets. We've got steam. Yeah, there's a lot of also just old science and messy things, and this nutrient guy, which I'm not huge... Like, a lot of this was belt scramble to make it run at all. Yeah, lots of things to think about. Lots of progress being had. We are doing the good things. We are getting a lot of the Gleben science out. Yeah, lots of stuff. Today we won.